Hello, everyone. We are back, and we've got some changes and some different things, and we got some things we want to talk to you about. But welcome, everyone. We are glad that you are joining us this evening, and hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. So thank you, everyone. I'm gonna bring. Well, I'm not on camera for a few reasons, but
You're in an undisclosed location.
yeah, we'll go there. We'll say that. We'll say that. But yeah, I'm not on camera. I should be for Impact later, so we'll see. Not that anyone needs to see me, um
Of course
but yeah,
we do.
we're here and I want to bring in Jody. Jody, how are you?
I'm good. I made it through my first 12-hour shift without wanting to die.
Yeah,
So that's great news that I can
that's
actually, physically make it through a 12-hour shift.
yeah.
So I,
Well,
I'm loving my new job.
good, good,
I really like it. It reminds me a lot of when I worked in apheresis, and I loved that. So yeah, I'm liking it.
good, good. And I want to say welcome to everyone in chat. Um, let's see, we've got John G, we've got Jeremy Dunderman, Christopher. Let's see who else we got. Diana, Jody's also in the chat. Alexa Bliss Gamer 0809, Hanzo, Alicia, James Chadwick, Wyatt Six. Um, I hope I didn't miss anyone, but if I did, I apologize. I promise it's not on purpose. But yeah, we're here, and I guess let's just go ahead and get the elephant, address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
You know, and hello, Ethan. And Jody, I mean, if you want to kind of take the lead on it, we can. But I just, if you want me to kind of talk about, we're making some changes to the show, for a few reasons.
Mhm.
Um, one being respect, two being, um, not
Progression.
the progression, evolution. Because one of the things, and this is what I was saying to Jody, one of the many things that we loved about Bray was his ability to evolve,
Yep.
and everything needs an evolution. When you're starting and doing something, especially like this, you want to continue to evolve, and that's we're doing that now. And then the third, I would say, would be legal reasons.
Yeah.
Just in the event that trademarks or copyrights are filed, we obviously wouldn't want to jeopardize anything from that regard. So yeah, so we're making changes. You saw the new intro, you've seen the graphics, the logo, and everything. This is what we're doing now. What I can tell you is this: we will not, and we cannot, and we must not ever forget who brought us all together.
Yep.
And I think continuing and uh, evolving and doing what we're doing is paying tribute. And there will certainly be other ways we will pay tribute. But again, we want to be respectful. So, but we're not forgetting the man that we
Oh no.
all love.
And
That would never
we're
happen.
not gonna stop the artwork either. Like,
Right.
I've got some artwork for you guys today, and you know, we're gonna honor him um, by endorsing and supporting other wrestlers like him
Right.
that have that same kind of flair and style. And as we had Caleb on the show, that was an idea. Maybe we should drift a little bit into music and expand our horizons a little bit. So doing that too. First of all, Jeff, that intro video was amazing.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank
I
you.
loved it. I loved it. So,
Yeah, I was hoping that you would like it. I sent it when we were having talks about doing this, and I sent it over to you. I was like, man, I hope that this kind of captures what what we're looking for. So I'm glad you liked it. Hopefully, everyone that's watching liked it as well.
Hmm. So yeah, we're I'm still gonna be Abby. I'm not going anywhere.
That's right.
We're just evolving a little. That's unfortunately we have no new Bray stuff to talk about anymore, and that's heartbreaking. But he did lay a path, just like Undertaker did. He's leaving a legacy, and we want to honor that legacy by, like I said, supporting other wrestlers that you know that we're drawn to because of that similar style.
Right. Exactly. And you talk about his legacy. He inspired so many people in many different ways, but he also inspired many wrestlers,
Hmm.
um, and their style, their gimmicks, the way that they approach character work, those kinds of things. So, we want to take an opportunity. If you've never ventured outside of WWE,
Mm,
if you've never really watched or broken down other characters before, this
mm,
is an opportunity for you to begin to start doing that
yeah.
and looking for different things and understanding character a little bit more and how these people have been inspired by Bray.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. So,
so
and Alicia already brought it up, the righteous. You got
all
Vincent
right.
Dutch out there on A-Dub right now from Ring of Honor. And I mean, I had to message Vincent after that promo they did last night because it just, I was just sat there going, man, Bray would have been so proud of that.
Yeah.
Like, so proud of that. And Vincent's a really nice dude. He always responds to my messages, and he's just a really nice guy. So yeah, I was like, man, that promo was epic. Like that, and there's other people that have that similar flair too. I was watching um the new thing that Scarlett and Shotzi are doing about the horror places, the
Hmm.
haunted places, and Karen Cross was on the most recent one, and they went to Bobby Mackey's and
Yeah.
had quite an experience, as you would expect on going to Bobby Mackey's. So I'd like to incorporate some of that. Like, oh my gosh, did you guys see the new episode? Because apparently this thing's going to keep going, of them exploring these different places, of these haunted places. So that's something fun that we could incorporate in this show too. Like, oh my gosh, did you see that new episode?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got to check that out, by the way.
Oh,
Haven't had a chance to watch it.
it's so good. I forget what one of the other TV shows that do paranormal stuff um did an episode at Bobby Mackey's, and they had quite an experience too. So I just don't know
Yeah.
what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, I'm interested in all of that stuff. I mean, I know because I'm an Impact homer. I sent you the Crazy Steve entrance.
Mhm.
Um, we might talk about Crazy Steve a little bit. We might talk about Decay. Um, we're gonna introduce you to some really talented people. I believe.
Yep.
Doing some different things, and yeah, talking about the paranormal shows and just different things like that that we see. I'm really excited about it, and hopefully everyone gets engaged and involved in the conversations and
Thank
um,
you, Dan. Ghost Adventures. That's who it was.
knows some interest. Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah,
um,
we're expanding our horizons.
yeah, yeah. Well, I've got to bring. We got to say this. This has not. Um, I didn't change this graphic yet. Um, but I guess we can start here because you have some updates
Yeah.
in terms of Caleb's corner. So we'll start here. I didn't change this one. Um,
Well, you can't. It's special. It's too special. But um yes, finally got the graphic of him in the picture. He finally posted his tour graphic for TSO. They're going on the road. They always do at the last couple months of the year. There's an East Coast tour and a West Coast tour. He is on the East Coast tour, so those are his dates. If he is coming anywhere near you, make sure you go see Trans Siberian Orchestra. Not just because of Caleb, because he's an amazing part of it. And looks ridiculously handsome in a suit. But Trans Siberian Orchestra, it is probably one of the best shows I've ever seen, especially on the West Coast tour. You've got Joel and Chris, who are the two lead guitarists for the East Coast tour, and they are amazing. They're just insane. Some of the stuff they do is just insane. So if you have the opportunity to go to any one of these shows, I'm trying to go to the one in Nashville
Mm,
with my buddy Karen, who I go to all the bat shows with. So we want to try to go to that one. If not, maybe trying to go to the one in Cincinnati. But yeah, get out there and see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Don't try to sit on the floor or get really, really close to the front, because you're going to miss a whole bunch of stuff. Get seats like further back up a little bit, like in that first 100 section, that lower level, because there's so much going on that if you're there front row, like I was last time, you miss the stuff that's going on behind you. And they have some amazing lighting effects that you can only see if you're back a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they use the amount of pyro and lasers and fire that they that they use in their shows. It's just an amazing, amazing show. And
yeah,
obviously, even if they're on the West Coast tour, just go see it. But yeah, Caleb is on the East Coast tour and really looking forward to it. I'm sure he's
yeah.
looking forward to it too.
I saw them, and they're going to be in Albany, and I believe that I'm going to try to make my way to the MVP arena to see this show, because it's been years. Like, I'm trying to think of when I saw it, but it's been a while. But I want to see it again. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
And I
so
told
yeah,
Caleb, yeah, those are his upcoming shows before he goes on the road with TSO. These are bat. All of these are bat shows, I believe. So the Meatloaf show, but I would love to go to some of these, but just started a new job, and there you go. And we're already at the end of it. So we're kind of, yeah, I would love to go to the one in Cleveland, but it's
yeah,
with starting a new job and not having any income for 6 weeks. We just can't afford that right now. So, but
yeah,
these are the dates for the Bat Show. If you are so inclined, I'm sure the Hard Rock in Atlantic City would be insane. Um, the great thing about the Bat shows is you can see it more than once, which obviously I have, and have a different experience every time. And I know Caleb kind of hinted at that and said something like that on the interview that I did with him, which is on this channel. If you haven't watched it, I had so much fun, like just talking to him and just being normal instead of just having like the quick meet and greet. Hey, here's your presents. Okay, love you. Bye. So it was actually nice to get, and he graciously gave me like 45 minutes to actually get to talk to him. So, yeah, go watch that interview. But he kind of said something like that too. The audience gets a different experience
yeah,
every time, because, obviously he feeds off the audience and the band feeds off the audience. So the more energetic and loud the audience is, the more they're going to have fun with it, and they'll have these little moments. And, so I've seen this show probably, I think it's like 6 or 7 times now, and I've had a different experience every time. So
yeah.
go
That
see the
really
bat show.
speaks to the talent of the artist,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to connect with each crowd that way,
Yeah.
in a different manner. That's really. really awesome. And
Oh yeah, he said that too. He said too on that interview that he was just born to be a performer, and he
yes,
absolutely is. His stage presence is phenomenal. I mean, it's one of it. I mean, it's for me, it's one of the best out there. Like obviously, the great big rock bands. Obviously, Meatloaf had great stage presence and all that, but Caleb, I mean, he stands toe to toe with them because his stage presence is so um intoxicating, and I mean that in a good way. Like you have to, it's like listening to a Brandon Lake song. Anytime you listen to a Brandon Lake song, you have to worship because it's an instinctual reaction.
mm,
Caleb's stage presence is like that. It's like an instinctual reaction that you're like, oh my goodness, this guy's amazing. So, yes, now that I've rambled on about Caleb.
so yeah, go check him out if he's in a city near you. Um, and yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get to MVP Arena to see the Trans Siberian Orchestra.
I have
I
that album on vinyl, and I told Caleb, I said, I'm gonna need you to record the song that you sing, "Good King Joy," on your own, because when I listen to it on the vinyl, as great as it is, it's not you singing it. So I'm like, I'm gonna need you to record that for me.
oh goodness, yeah, that's I yeah, I've gotta try my best to make it there.
Great show.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great show. Yeah, so that's Caleb's corner for this week. So I want to ask you because you brought it up. So I just want to ask you if you could talk a little bit more about the Vincent promo from last night for folks that didn't get a chance to see it.
I watched it several times. I actually was not watching AW at the time. But I started getting messages right after, like, did you see that promo that Vincent and Dutch just did? And I'm like, no. I forgot that AW was on, honestly. My job has just had me, I'm working 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday,
Mm,
Wednesday, Friday. So I was a little bit out of it. But I mean, it was so, those two together, if you put them together, they are Bray, because Vincent has certain things about him that are very Brayish, obviously the dreads and things like that, and the attitude and the confidence. But then you've got Dutch, that's kind of like this, creepy Mr. Rogers type person that laughs all the time.
yeah,
So if you put them together, you have Bray. I mean, I just, and and I know they are their own entity, and I said this earlier. They're Vincent and Dutch. They're the righteous. They're awesome at what they do, but you can't help but make that connection. Obviously, knowing that Vincent knew Bray, and they've just got that same draw to
yeah.
them. And I don't even remember what they said now. It was just talking about liars and fake friends, and it
Mm.
just, everything they said, it was just like, well, that's very British.
You can see the inspiration for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
can see the inspiration. Um, for folks that don't know where it, so like I said, if you've never ventured outside of WWE, Jody, tell folks where they can watch more of the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch.
So right now they're assigned to Ring of Honor, but right now they're on AEW. Um, they were trying to feud with Adam Cole, but I guess he got injured. So this promo was about, I think it was, they were going after MJF,
Hmm.
which would be quite interesting. But
It's yeah, we'll see if Adam Cole is injured. I know that there are conflicting reports out there. Some
yeah,
people saying that it's part of the story. Some people saying that it's a legitimate injury. So we'll see what happens. But I think anytime you can get those guys on a TV is magic. It's just
hmm
amazing, amazing television. Every time
hmm
I hear every time I hear Vincent speak, I just it takes me to a place. It's just like this is awesome. This is like
Yeah.
a old school, kind of this is awesome. This is awesome. So
I I told him this too, and he thought it was funny. Do you remember watching the Bible series, the 10 episodes where they went through the whole Bible?
yeah.
Yeah. So he looks just like John the Baptist.
Mm,
So I told him that when we were talking a couple of days ago, and yeah, he thought that was funny. But if you've never seen the Bible series, it's in like episode 9 and 10. Um, when he's baptizing people in the river, and he sees Jesus start to walk up, he looks just like that guy.
yeah.
And yeah, so every time I see him, I now associate him with John the Baptist. Which I guess isn't a horrible thing to associate somebody with, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And John the Baptist was a talker like that.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's some similarities there too. And I, you know, Bray always made a lot of biblical references in his storylines too. And I truly believe when he says, he wanted to leave a legacy and send a message. I do believe if we would have seen the outcome of that message, it would have been something biblical,
Mm,
personally. But
gotcha. Gotcha. Um, yeah, so, that's one, and here's another. I don't know. Well, there may be a Crazy Steve sighting on Impact tonight. Um,
ooh,
there may be a Crazy Steve sighting. So, if you guys have not watched Impact and you don't know anything about anyone there, just go on YouTube and search up Crazy Steve. And I will say this, you're welcome.
yeah,
Because honestly, what Crazy Steve is doing right now is I mean, it's so
crazy.
intense.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
He's earned the
Crazy
name.
Steve. Yeah. So yeah, go check out Crazy Steve. He is actually legally blind. Um A lot of people didn't know that. The last, like, leading up to this character change, he was having sit down interviews with Tom Hannafin, and
Mhm.
he was talking about his life story. He talked about being blind. He talked about, overcoming some obstacles in his life and some in a rough upbringing. And um, I mean, to see what he's done, I mean, it's yes. Joe said it. Steve's new character is brutal and awesome. It is. That's very well said.
Yep.
It is. It's amazing. And honestly, his entrance, he wears a mask um down to the ring. And his entrance is he goes up on the ropes and he takes the mask and rips it from the mouth, from the lips, and rips it open. It looks like he's ripping it open and he's emerging out of it. It's so cool. Like, it's really, really cool.
Hmm.
My description can't do it justice, so go check it out. Um, yeah, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Um, I'm trying to so the Shotzi, I haven't seen that. So the
Oh,
Shotzi, and
so good.
tell me about that. Tell us about that. I don't.
So Scarlett, Karen Cross's wife, and Shotzi got together and started this horror series. And the first episode was with they took Dom and Rhea into some really old haunted prison. Um, and they had all of the tools. They had spirit boxes and you know all the tools you could try to have to communicate. And the one with Dom and Rhea was good, but the one with Karen Cross was in at Bobby Mackey's was insane. Like there was something dark there, and
Mhm.
I felt it through the television. So, but she is Scarlett was actually responding to people on Twitter about it, about, how do you not have something attached to you, because demons can only go where they're invited, and using all those tools, you're kind of inviting them. So I don't mess with it anymore. I had a bad experience a few years ago, so I
Mm,
don't mess with that stuff anymore, because you know I don't want that attached to me. So she said that, um you know she blesses her house every week,
mm,
and they don't talk about anything regarding that in her house. um and she does. She says in both episodes, "You're not allowed to touch me."
mm. Okay.
So, um but yeah, there's some really funny moments, obviously with Cross uh being there too. She kind of drags him along for fun. She's the one that's definitely more into it, and sensitive
Mm,
to things like that. He says a lot of times throughout that episode, like, this is not my bag, baby, basically. But yeah, apparently it's going to be an ongoing thing. So that would be a great thing to talk about,
yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
awesome. I've had such a good time watching them.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Something else I'm gonna check out soon too. Since we're talking about spooky things, um, I cannot wait to watch the new Saw.
I know.
I've watched so
I
many
heard people
reviews.
puked,
I've heard that too. I've
but
I've
people
watched
puked at Terrifier 2, and I made it through Terrifier 2 without puking.
right.
I was close. I was like, um, my
I'm
stomach
sure
is
I know
very
which scene.
unsettled.
I'm sure I know which scene that was. That one scene that just kept going on and
They're
on. It's like, please stop.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've
making a
watched.
third one.
Yeah, they are making a third one, which is crazy. Um, oh, Hanzo, I'm gonna have to DM you, buddy. I've heard some good things about it. I've stayed away from spoilers. I'm pretty happy with that. But I know that I'm gonna see it at some point. I hope this weekend. This week and next week are really crazy for me at work, but I'm gonna try to squeeze in some time to just relax and um, just kind of have
Vincent just tweeted.
have
Tweeted
fun
what?
watching. Vincent
Vincent.
Hanzo, let me ask you this: since we're checking on a tweet, um, what where
More
would you
paper
rank it?
people, flimsy and easy to tear. Dig what I'm saying?
Oh, oh, Vincent.
Oh, he's so funny. Highly involved with Kyle as well,
Hmm.
which I think is why I've been able to sort of strike up a conversation with him, because I know Kyle. But yeah,
Yeah, but I cannot wait to see it. And
I want
Hanzo
to.
says nothing out of me, but I feel like with the second watch, it could very well be the best Saw film they have done. Wow.
Oh,
Even better than the
than
first.
the original. Because the thing that's so good about the original is you did not see that ending coming.
No.
But then they started making more movies, and after that, to look for something specific.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I don't feel like the other ones have been great, but they haven't lived up to, like, this Jigsaw, the one with Chris Rock in it?
Spiral.
Spiral. Like, I picked who it was within maybe 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
because you're looking for it now. It's like
Mhm.
what Bray did, like you're looking for it. So
Yeah.
like I just don't I can't see any of them living up to the first one because you just did not see it coming. You sat there
That's
and going, the whole time? What?
the whole
The
time? How
whole
did that
time?
how did that happen? But, yeah, it was that first one. So, yeah, I've I have several, movie reviewers that I really watch on YouTube, and shout out, Cody Leach and 3C Films and, um, Patrick Burton, so many others, but, I watch them and I really trust their reactions. Um, you know, they've said similar things to Hanzo, that it
Mm.
may very well be top 3 of the series, and it's not number 3. So, like, that's that's saying a lot. So
That's
but I'm
tough.
that's tough, but I'm interested because I did hear about the plot. I know where they're going. They're telling more of, John Kramer's story, which I've always wanted them to do, and
Yeah.
then I just wanna see how that unfolds. But, yeah, Hanzo, I'm definitely gonna DM you because we're gonna have a chat about it after I watch it.
I
But I'm
want to
gonna DM
see
you before.
I want to see the new Nun and the new Exorcist.
Mm. Yeah, the new Exorcist, which I know I just highlighted Joe's comment, and, Joe, I promise you there are no graphics or anything of it, so you don't have to avert your eyes.
Yeah.
Uh, he says,
That's
"Why
what he
does I
just
know?"
said. As long as I go hear discussion on Exorcist too. Uh, no, I'm just looking forward to seeing it. It's
Yeah.
the first one traumatized me,
Oh,
but
Joe said, "I'm out."
first one traumatized me. But I'm interested to see whether because they're bringing the mom back, so I'm interested to see how they play that in.
Oh,
And the nun is a backstory of a backstory.
yeah,
So we saw the
yeah,
nun, which was if you watch all the Conjuring movies in chronological order, you start with the nun.
the Nun, yep.
So now, if you want to watch them in chronological order, you have to start with the nun too, then the nun. But actually, watching all the Conjuring movies in chronological order makes them better
Mhm.
because then you see things in other ones hinting to this one, and I don't know. I watch them in chronological order, make them better.
Yeah. Yeah, I went back and did that because when I saw the films, I was like, "Okay, I started seeing some discussions online about, watching them in order." So, yeah, I mean, I went back and did that, and yeah,
It
it's
does.
great.
It
It
makes
it
them better.
flowed. Yeah.
It
Really
flows
good.
better. You
Yeah.
really understand the story of Ed and Lorraine Warren about their life and why they were so tied together. And yeah, it's watching them in chronological order is the best way to go. I wish they would have released them like that,
Yeah.
but I think they started with The Conjuring and thought we should go back, do some backstory.
Yeah.
So
Joe brings up a, great point, and this is going to happen on this channel, okay? Joe says we really need to have a horror film watch along at some point. That's going to happen, and it's getting into spooky season anyway. So, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna
we should do a poll.
that's what I was gonna say. We're gonna gather, um as the collective, and discuss, when we want to do it, when we can do it, and we'll put a poll out there and have some different options for you. But I will say this: um, there's no way, no how Joe is watching The Exorcist, so please don't
Yeah,
recommend that.
I
Do not
I think we
recommend The
should.
Grudge.
I think we should. I mean, narrow it down to like the original slashers.
Ooh, okay.
Like go with the original Halloween, the original Friday the 13th,
Friday
the
the
original
13th, yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, like, you know,
First Saw.
first Saw. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
go with the
and
OGs.
yeah, and you know what? Since I'm a Chucky homer,
Or yeah, put that in too.
I'll
Scream. There's
play.
another one.
Yep. And I'm gonna throw this one out there too. I don't know how many of you all have watched it, but Candyman, the original,
Oh,
with Tony Todd,
yep.
the great Tony Todd. Yeah, that's one that if you've never seen it before and you're a horror movie fan, do yourself a favor and go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch it. It is terrifying.
Yeah.
It is absolutely terrifying, and it's not like gore filled. I mean, it's some gore, but it's not like over the top gore like you'll see with Terrifier 2 or
Oof.
um yeah.
That's a good one we could do.
Yeah.
Put it up. We
Yeah.
can do as a poll the original It, the new It, so Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2. Although you can't watch Terrifier 2 without watching Terrifier 1.
Right. And you have to. All right, I don't know how many people know this, but Art the Clown started out in a movie called All Hallows Eve.
Yep. Oh, we should
That
start
was
with
his
that one.
start
Then
with
watch
that one.
Terrifier, then watch Terrifier 2.
Yep. So if you get a chance, we're gonna okay. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be a thing. So we'll get a poll out there soon. But yeah, we obviously we love horror movies. We love talking spooky stuff. So yeah. Um um Hanzo saying it isn't a horror film though. Well, kinda. I'll say this: the
It made me
original.
terrified of clowns, so
Oh, did you?
I
Okay,
don't
so
like
did you
clowns.
watch the original?
Yes, I watched
Okay,
the original when I was too young,
okay, there you
and
go.
I have been afraid of clowns ever since. Terrifier is hard for me to watch because I don't like clowns.
Yeah, he.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, best of Stephen King, The Shining.
The Shining. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
That's
there's
good. You
so
know
many.
what? You know what else we could do?
Mm.
How about some Jed Shepherd?
Yes, dash cam host. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I bet he might be willing to
Oh,
come along.
oh, that would be cool. Alicia saying, "What about Smile?"
Oh,
I gotta be honest with you. That's one, and not because of the imagery, but just because of the topic and the message behind the movie. That
yeah.
is one of the most terrifying movies I've seen in quite some time.
Uh,
It
They're
is
making a new one. They're making another one apparently.
yeah, they are. Joe's like, "Smile is a nope." Because of that one scene. There's
That
that
one
one
scene,
scene
Joe. Come on.
with I think that's the only scene he's kinda
Yeah.
like, "Nah." Um, but yeah, I honestly, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, oh, I like that. Ethan saying should do some wrestling and horror trivia nights. I
Mm,
like that. I
me
like that.
too.
Okay. See, thank you. Yep, that's Joe. Joe said the broken neck thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Um, so here's another one, folks.
Oh
If
yeah,
you have
Jordan Peele
Hulu,
movies.
yeah, Jordan Peele movies,
There's
and he's
so
coming
many.
out with another one next year. By the way, next December. Um, so um, I gotta shout this movie out. I saw Joe posted about it yesterday, and one of the reviewers that I watch did a review on it. But the movie's called "No One Can Save You" or "No One Will Save You." It's on Hulu.
Mm,
Um, and Joe, correct me on the exact title. But I think it's "No One Can Save You." But it's really, really good.
mm,
Tazzy is in the house. What's up, Tazzy? Um, so yeah, it's really, really good. I don't
mm.
want to give too much of it away. Um, but it's a
Mm.
home invasion movie that has a little bit of a different twist to it with who the invaders are. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's not like I'm giving much away because you find that out relatively quickly within the movie. But
That's another series of movies we need to watch. The Purge.
the Purge movies are, yeah, yeah. The last one I thought was better than the other sequels they had done.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
yeah.
think they're all good. I think the is it the third one, the second one might be the second one. What might be my favorite? Yeah.
And De- Deanna's bringing up another near and dear subgenre of horror for me, which is the campy B movies. If you've never seen, I'm gonna put this one on the list. If you've never seen Sleepaway Camp, please watch it. I hope we can do that watch along because that ending is it rivals the Saw ending,
Hmm.
I would say. Because I, unless, well, I won't go any further, but I think you should watch Sleepaway Camp, one of my favorite movies from the 80s in terms of horror. And listen, there's a ton of B horror made in the 80s. There's a ton being made now too. But I w- actually recently I rewatched Toxic Avenger because they're doing a reboot of Toxic Avenger,
Hmm.
which is one of the trauma films from the 80s. Um, but yeah, if you folks who've seen Toxic Avenger, let me know what you think about that. Um, let's see. Uh, they filmed part of the movie She Came from the Woods at the camp I used to go to as a kid. Oh wow. Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's wow.
Ultimate horror film is a film we'll never see. Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy, Deanna loves Toxie, huh? The Toxic Avenger is one of the most outlandish horror movies or movies in general that you will ever see, but
Mm.
I enjoy it
And we
because
got
it was
Hostel to put in there.
ooh, ooh, yeah, Hostel,
Ugh.
yeah, that one, ooh,
Ugh.
yeah, the first one, the first one messed with me. Yeah, that one,
The ankle Achilles heel scene
yeah,
that
yeah,
gets
Achilles,
me every time.
that scene every time,
Oh no!
yeah, and it's just like that in House of Wax, the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the same thing in that. Oh, yeah, I can feel that right now. That
Oh,
yeah,
gross. It just
yeah,
makes your skin crawl because you're like, oh my god, I would hate that.
ugh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. Hanzo saying, "Where do you guys stand on Freddy versus Jason? Like thoughts on the film, I guess."
I haven't seen it.
Um, you haven't seen Freddy versus Jason? All
I
right,
was never
so
a huge Friday the 13th fan.
okay,
Um, I like the Halloween movies
yeah,
and Nightmare on Elm Street, but I don't know. I never really hugely got into Friday the 13th.
yeah,
Really, when I started watching movies, scary movies, it was like Scream. That was when that was first coming out. So I kind of went on that Scream bandwagon.
hmm yeah, yeah. I'll say this about Freddy versus Jason. I enjoyed what they tried I enjoyed what they did with the movie. I will say that as a fan of both, franchises, I wish it would have happened 10 years sooner,
Mm.
or 5 years sooner, but overall, I mean, I enjoyed it because I'm a fan of both. So seeing them kinda doing this stuff and I mean, some of the acting was not up to par, um, but I enjoyed it. Like I had a lot of fun. Like Hanzo said, it was ridiculously fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't go into it thinking, okay, they're gonna like jump scare me and do all that, but I had a lot of fun with it. So,
Hmm.
um, okay, now that Alicia, I like how you're thinking there. How about to combine movies and wrestling? See No Evil with Kane.
Mm.
Have you seen that one, Jody?
Hmm. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Tazzy said the Final Destination films,
Oh, some of my favorites, and also
the most
part of
terrifying.
the part of the reason I drive the way that I do on the highway, on the
Yeah,
interstate
I will
is
never get. I will never get behind a truck full of logs.
yep, nope.
Nope.
And not that I tan, but I would never go tanning, and have a drink with me. Yeah, Glenn Jacobs. Um, I would never I don't wanna get eye surgery.
Nope.
Um, I am very, very, aware of my surroundings so I don't see glass falling and,
Yeah.
that and, and I'm already not a fan of
None of
roller
those.
coasters, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The roller coaster. Hmm. Yeah. Paranormal Activity.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, Paranormal Activity. You kn Alright, since you brought that up, I'm gonna go back to the film that inspired all of that, The Blair Witch Project.
Oh, so good.
Alright, so here's what we're
Jen
gonna
talked
do.
about that. Like
You
it
did.
really did break the mold, and it started the whole found footage thing.
Yeah, yeah, so alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Obviously, we're gonna have several of these. We're not just gonna do we're not gonna be one and done with the horror movie
Right.
watch along. So, we'll group some movies the first time. We'll probably have you pick from, like, 80s camp or 80s slashers or whatever. We'll give you a theme.
Paranormal.
Yeah, we'll give you a theme, and then and then we'll put the poll out and have you guys vote on it, and whatever you decide, that's what we'll watch. Um, if you try to do a write-in, do not do anything with like
Contorting
long
women.
contorting women, long black hair.
So
Is
no,
what
none of the ring. Okay, we're not
no,
watching
no
that.
ring. Not the grudge.
No, the ring, the grudge. No way.
None of that. None of that. So yeah, we'll throw out some ideas and and hit us up with some ideas too. Just say, hey, what about this kind of a theme? What if you did like, you know, 80s whatever. I mean, 80s trauma movies, which I mean, I'm just throwing that out there because I just watched The Toxic Avenger all over again through the whole series. Um, Yeah, there's a lot of that. Hanzo's saying Halloween is a Tuesday this year. We have to watch Halloween 78. Okay. Um, I like Ooh,
Or
Jesse, let me
mhm.
Jesse, have you seen the new one that's on Paramount Plus? If you haven't seen it, check it out because yeah, The Orphan, you talk about a twist. That
Mhm.
movie had a good twist too. I'm not no spoilers here.
And
So,
the Omen.
oh yeah, yeah, The Omen, that one, yeah, yeah. Alicia's saying, "What about the scary movies?" Oh, I love those movies. They're so ridiculously fun. Um,
Mhm.
Jesse, that's gonna change. I'll hit you up. But yeah, I see now you got me thinking about the horror movies.
You
I'm having
twist him.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Thanks,
this is
Greg.
good. Yeah, this is good conversation. Good stuff. So um
Speaking of competitions, we're gonna be doing. I want to do a another bracket competition. I want to do a bracket competition for, and this is going to tie into our big um, tribute that we're going to do. We're going to have probably start it with 16 um, and have them compete against each other in the different categories and finally get to the greatest Bray Wyatt promo of all time.
hmm, we'll be releasing information about that soon.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. We'll also be releasing information about the tribute that we're doing. Um,
So the tribute's going to be on October 9th because that is 1 year after he returned at Extreme Rules to the day. And it just so happens to be on a Monday.
yeah.
So yeah, we're going to do it on October 9th. Um, Space coming on live is going to be a little bit limited. So we'll probably open it up to people sending videos of their favorite Bray moment or a memory that they have with Bray. Just a short video of something about Bray that you
Yeah.
will always remember. So that will obviously be unlimited, but um, hopefully we will have some very special people that will pop in and say hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully
Some
we'll have some folks
some
that'll pop.
righteous people
Mm, yeah.
and some really good artists and maybe a horror executive producer
Mm,
that we've had on the show before.
mm. All right. Well, speaking of, I know you had some art, some Bray art that you wanted to share this week. So we're going to share these, and yeah, these are every time I'm just blown away by how talented people are. So here's the
I don't remember where so shout out to Eric because I do get most of my stuff from his Instagram page. I just love that. I kind of want that tattooed, but I love that, he's got the whole world in the lantern.
yeah, that's awesome.
It's so
That
neat.
is awesome.
Another Brittany K. She is actually doing commissions, which I thought was really, really sweet. She made a post and said, if you've never met Bray, I can commission, like she would draw him with you in a picture. And so she showed me some of the commissions that she's done of people with standing with Bray, and it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about having my mom kind of with me and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so yeah, I'm thinking about it. Is I'm not even gonna lie, just thinking about it gets
Makes
me
you
emotional.
emotional.
But but yeah, that's such a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool thing.
Nicole. I always know Nicole's because her technique is so special. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? It's so distinct. I don't even know the word. Distinctual.
Hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I
It's
know
easy.
it. I
It's easy. It's easy to spot
yeah,
because
yeah.
she's got great art and she's fantastic at drawing.
Hmm.
Oh, it's that smile. So
That's
Eric
awesome.
actually edited this one,
Yeah.
and I remember having so many funny conversations with Kyle about that tattoo. Because obviously Kyle was the one that did that tattoo, and
Yeah.
yeah, sitting with Kyle for 6 hours getting a tattoo done, you've learned a lot of things. A lot
Yeah.
of things, and yeah, he told me so many stories about that tattoo. Um, yeah, I love this one because of its simplicity.
Yeah, I like this too. Yeah. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
So this is a piece from Kyle. Obviously, it's a very zoomed in piece from Kyle. Um, he loves to tease, but let me tell you, the whole thing of that picture is insane.
Mm. See, I'm curious now.
I am hoping that distinctive. Yes, James, thank you.
Distinctive.
I am hoping that he will choose to share all of them, because that's not the only one. I'm hoping that he will choose to share all of them um, on the tribute show.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, that's wow. Um, Jesse is asking who made the black and white one.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I grabbed a bunch of things all at the same time.
Hopefully, we can. I'll try to Google reverse image search it and see if it comes up that way. If it pops up the social media and profile and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'll try to find it. I'll look out for it.
But yeah, I'm hoping that Kyle will share all of them,
Yeah.
because they really are good. They're fantastic. I mean, that's some of his best work.
Yeah. It's awesome stuff. Well, folks, because I have to make my way from my undisclosed location, um, we're gonna wrap up this episode. But Jody,
Mm.
give us some final thoughts on the day.
So mark that on your calendars, October 9th. That is going to be our big tribute show. We'll put all this out there on social media, but if you want to submit a video or a letter that you want us to read, we need all of the submissions. Did you say next Saturday, Jeff?
Yes, next
So
Saturday.
next Saturday, if you want to submit a video, we are going to do a lottery for the spots that we will have available. Yeah. So we'll do a lottery for that. I'm not quite sure how we'll do that, but yeah, we'll
We'll
definitely,
get you.
if you
Yeah,
want to come in live, StreamYard only lets you have 15 people, and that
yeah,
includes all of us. So
yeah, yeah.
yes, so we're gonna have limited space on who can actually come live, but everyone is welcome to send a piece of art, a letter, a short video, for us to show, on the tribute show. Um, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, I don't know how many. I'm waiting to hear back from a few select people on whether or not they're going to be able to make it that day. If not, I'm 100% positive they'll all send videos, but I don't know how many spots we have until I hear back from them.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep you all posted. We'll let you know details on how we're gonna do the drawing, the lottery, kind of deal. So we'll let you all know pretty soon here. We'll like I said, we got to get together about quite a few things. Now that we have the horror movies that we're gonna do a watch along for. So
John G, I wish I could say yes, but I can't. Um, yeah, I would love to have Alexa on here, but no.
yeah,
Maybe someday.
maybe. Yeah,
But
maybe someday.
like I said, we may have some righteous people on here.
Mm, quite possible.
Very possible.
Yeah.
So,
All
yeah.
right, folks. Well, thank you all so much for the conversation. Thank you all for your support, your continued support, and drop a like on the video if you don't mind. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And normally, this is the time where we say the next time on our channel we'll be doing this. Well, the next time on our channel is in 45 minutes. So come on back, check out some Impact Wrestling with us, and have some fun. Maybe we'll see Crazy Steve. Who knows? But I'm gonna say we will see Crazy Steve tonight. But thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.